The Vector is back. Making its third appearance in the franchise, it's still continuing to be a menace in the meta. It's not the pre-patch hardline levels of a menace, but it's still the crazy high DPS weapon that we all know and love. Yeah, I'm gonna go down there, oh shit. Battlefield 6's Vector offers a slick design with very respectable stats, and it's safe to say that if you are an avid Vector user in FPS games, you will sure love this iteration. But with all my weapon reviews, we must always first cover the most important thing of any weapon. Does it look good? It's a Vector. 10 out of 10. Taking a look at the mastery skin of the weapon, it uses the already classic topographic bronze mixed with a black and charcoal finish. You already know how I feel about this skin, so it's an easy 10 out of 10 for me. But some of you in the comments commented that you wasn't really a fan of the bland colours, so I threw a quick concept together showing uses of different colours. The idea is that the more you progress to mastery, you earn new variants of it. What do you think of this idea? Is it too much? Overall, the mastery skin for me is a 10 out of 10. But how does the Vector sound compared to its predecessors? In Battlefield 6, DICE didn't disappoint with the sound design of the Vector. It still has that iconic sound to it, making it feel all more powerful. But how does it sound to its predecessors? Let's do a side-by-side comparison. Hardline's Vector has a very well designed sound. The gun has a bassy thud while it's being fired, while at the same time you can hear all the moving parts of the weapon, which to me is a really cool attention to detail. 2042's Vector definitely sounds the meanest out of the bunch, with its real punchy sound with every shot fired. Even with its insane fire rate, you can distinctively hear every shot fired. Because it's using more of a modern version of the weapon, I assume it has less moving parts, because you can't really hear them. Battlefield 6's version really is the weakest sounding one of them all, and it does sound kind of weak when you're comparing them. But don't let the sound fool you, as the damage output from this weapon is very high. I think Hardline's version is definitely my favourite, as it's very detailed. I'm giving the Vector's sound a 6 out of 10. Overall, the weapon does not hold up to its predecessors. Now let's move on to the thing that really matters, the weapon's performance. Looking at the stats, the weapon has a basic 25 damage model. However, this is paired with an RPM of 1080, giving this weapon a close range TTK of 167 milliseconds, making it the second fastest killing gun in the game, just falling short of the SCW-10. And because the Vector has really solid control, it's honestly incredibly easy to use. The spread can be a bit much, but when you get the rhythm down of the burst pattern, it's actually possible to get some ranged kills with this weapon. The recoil pattern of this weapon can be a bit awkward at first, but once you learn the initial jump, you can actually tame this weapon quite easily. Looking at the recoil pattern, you can see as it goes up, it immediately wants to climb to the left. Because of this, when you pull down to control the jump, it decides to jerk to the left. To counter this, you want to pull down to the right as you go down. If you do this at the start, the gun will center. To make this situation even more awkward, the Vector starts with a 17 round magazine, and you are stuck with this for quite a while, as the next larger capacity is locked at level 26, and the 27 round magazine isn't till level 40. Then that is it. The largest capacity you could obtain with the Vector is 27 plus 1, meaning you will have to reload this weapon quite often. Because of this, you will have to play smarter, understand your position, know when to peek and know when it's safe to reload. But remember,
switching to your pistol is always faster than reloading.
To be honest, because of this weapon's magazine capacity, it made the weapon more fun to use. You tend to play more slowly, and if you lack situational awareness, you may suffer with this weapon. Building the Vector can be fairly difficult. Either you spec into control or hip fire, but for my playstyle I opted for control and relied on the small buff I got with the weapon's already decent base hip fire. This is the following build that felt pretty good to me. It isn't necessarily meta, but it's what I enjoyed using. Starting with the muzzle, I chose the converter, as this will squash the weapon's overall pattern, making the initial jerk less noticeable. For the barrel, I chose the basic barrel to save points for the weapon. The extended barrel does offer a buff to the velocity, but only by 100, which you don't really notice. For the grip, I chose the vertical grip. This isn't really the best grip for recoil, but the weapon already offers good control, and this grip adds a slight buff to that. For the magazine, I chose the 27 rounder, as this best suits my playstyle. And lastly, you can choose any sight you please. As the 27 round mag is expensive, it's rather difficult to build this gun, but this is what worked for me. The Vector deserves an honourable 9 out of 10. The Vector does have some downsides which may sway people away from using it. It has extremely low magazine capacity with a blistering fire rate. The recoil, while controllable, can feel awkward at first, and the weapon has poor attachment progression, making it frustrating to grind. However, we can't ignore the weapon's performance. Its damage model paired with its fire rate makes it one of the highest damaging weapons in the game, while being easy to use. If you enjoyed this weapon review, please feel free to like and subscribe and comment what gun I should do next.